Now, this guy was saying, I've been sober and I've been drunk. And sober is nothing more than the opposite of being drunk. Life is still the same myriad of ups and downs, lies and truths. Alcohol does cure boredom, but being sober has a sustainability and clarity to it. And that is welcome relief from the blurred states alcohol induces. For me, I don't get that sober and drunk thing. I mean, for me, there were two sides of the same coin when I was drinking alcohol. I was drunk, maybe I get drunk again at the weekend, and in between of those drunken periods was my sober periods. I never called myself sober because it's not that life anymore. It's I can't see it from that perspective. I understand where you're coming from, right? But I don't think they're the same thing. I think when you stop the flow, when you start to do the work on yourself, and you start to change some of the things in your life. I mean, just take into account that the alcohol is no longer flooding through your system. It's no longer causing damage. It's no longer causing long-term damage, but also short-term damage. So it's allowing you to make progress in your life, to open up your life to much more possibilities, to use your time and energy more efficiently. And when you do that, and you start to think about things, and you start to plan how you're going to move forward, it just makes a big difference. When you're talking about the same ups and downs, I can't see that either. It's, the ups and downs of my life were always much more exaggerated when I was drinking, much more exaggerated. So higher lows for sure. I thought I was getting higher highs, but I wasn't, right? Because the highs become less and less and less as that dopamine pathway becomes more and more adapted to the alcohol. It's delivering less highs, so you're not getting those physical highs. It is in comparison to the lows that you're getting. You feel like you're getting higher, but you're not. And just because when you're drinking, you're spending time and energy on the alcohol, it's causing you to neglect other parts of your life. So the lows are definitely going to be a lot lower. Now, since I stopped drinking alcohol, my life is much more on a level plane. So that upward trajectory that you go on when you start to do the work, and when you seriously get into the work, it's not a straight line. You're going to have those ups and downs in your life. That's just life in general. The struggles don't stop. It's just you're struggling with purpose instead of against yourself. And it's I just don't see the same struggle. The struggle is not there anymore. It's not, like I said, you're struggling against something that you're doing to yourself that is killing you slowly. It's not the same thing. The truth and lies that you're talking about, not the same thing. I told way many lies, especially to myself. You're much more capable of being honest with yourself when you haven't got that cognitive dissonance. When you're not trying to do two opposite things. You're trying to drink alcohol, but you're trying to be healthy at the same time. You're trying to live a healthy life, but you're poisoning yourself with alcohol. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I was probably there at one stage in my journey, but that's not the truth of it. It's a part of the truth that you tell yourself, I think, as you're moving forwards with the journey, but it's not the truth. Life is far better. You're capable of dealing with the ups and downs of life a lot better when you stop drinking alcohol, when you haven't got this in your system. Maybe not at the beginning, but as you go into the journey. And as far as boredom is concerned, hey, it's been a long time since I've been bored. Take care. Speak to you soon.